Hello and welcome back to the channel. As always, remember, if you like what you see and find it helpful, please consider subscribing and liking. Anyway, today we're going to be looking at replacing these old doors that are made of wood. They're a little rough. You see one of the, somebody had put the trim on here by hand and they're just all coming off. And this one came off and took a lot of paint with it. And rather than trying to sandblast these doors down to something that you can work with and prime them and paint them, we decided to spend like 90 bucks on a new door. And we're doing this one and the other one over there. So, you know, $180 for two brand new doors to avoid the hassle of having to try to sand these all down and everything.
When we bought the house, we think the people had just tried to make it look nicer. And they did it quickly. You can see this is that shiny
it's the same as this
varnish, I think, and it is nothing sticks to it.
Yeah,
and so
they didn't prep the doors before.
They didn't prep them at all. And then as time went on, we've been here now for 14 years. Things started coming off, and when the trim came off, it pulled all the paint with it.
So we do have baby gates up here to keep our dog from ransacking the kids' rooms, because he will. He goes in and tries to grab everything.
So the two doors are kids. So we're gonna. What did you buy? Just a blank?
Well, let's go here. Yeah.
Okay.
So these are the new doors. We got two of them. They're 30 inches wide, standard thickness, but one and a quarter thick, and 80 inches high. So they're meant to cut them down to the length you need. So I have to measure I have to take the doors off inside and measure the length of them, and then cut off from the bottom because that's where the extra is. So
yeah. So these are just the slab door that you're going to now put in the doorknob and the hinges and all of that.
Yeah, I'll cut them to size, and then I will place the hinges. I'll just measure where the hinges start on the top of the old door, and I'll start from there. And then after the door is hung, we'll kind of measure up the doorknob hole. All right, so as you can see, I took off all the old hardware. So there's the doorknob, the latch, and the hinges. And over here, we're left with just the slab itself. So now I've got to measure the length of this door and mark it off on this new one and cut off the extra. All right, so my old door was 77 3/8 long, or high, whatever you want to call it. So I've measured off the 77 3/8 line right here and drawn it. But because my saw has a bit of a gate on it, on that side, for the blade to hit that line, I have to measure how far this piece is here from the blade. So from here to the blade, which turns out to be, it was 1 1/4, I believe it was. Yeah, it was 1 1/4. So I've drawn a second line 1 1/4 up from this one, and I will put my straight edge or my guide right on that line so that this saw can travel right up and give me a straight cut. So I got my guide in place. I went with a bigger saw. My saw is down at the camp, so I borrowed my neighbor's. So instead of the 1 and whatever it was, 1 1/4 inch from the edge of the plate to the blade, this one's 5 inches. So I drew my line or marked my line and then went back 5 inches from there, and that's where I put my guide. So we're gonna cut this off. And there we are. That's the piece we cut off. And you can see how it's hollow in here. It's got no end cap. The end cap is attached to the piece that's here. So we're going to pull this apart.
Oh, I didn't realize that's what you had to do.
Well, that's what I'm doing. And then this is awkward.
It's basically cardboard, isn't it?
It is. It's like a press board, kind of. I can just start. There we go. Peel the sides off, take the ends off, and I'll put that in the bottom because that's what was there before. So I just put glue on both sides and slide this back in here like so and pop it in.
Oh.
So we'll do that.
Okay, so you're just putting some glue on it.
I got the glue on it, and now I'm going to cram it in here. Glue's kind of messy, and I'm going to get full of it.
And these doors are just primed, right?
They're just primed, yep.
We'll end up.
Hold on a second. I need some paper towel for this art. Because there is glue everywhere. Now I just tap this down so it's flush with the bottom.
Oh, that's great.
Doesn't matter if it goes in a millimeter extra. It makes no difference. Not to me, anyway. Wipe off the excess glue. There we go. Hornet. Hello, Hornet. And that's it.
Do you clamp it?
No, that'll dry. That's these two pieces are
Tight.
really tight, so
Right.
that'll just dry in there.
Okay,
All right, so I just held up the old door next to this one, starting with the tops matching, and I basically just transferred the lines that need to be drawn out for the hinges. The hinges are, you know, that thick or whatever, and they need to inset into this so they're flush with the edge of the door. So I did that one and the one at the bottom here, and now I'm gonna chisel them out. So I'm gonna start with my Now, I'm no expert chiseler, but I'll do that one over.
I can see the top layer of that moving.
Yeah. That's all right. We're just gonna shave off. Maybe I shouldn't do it that way. Ooh. The trick with chiseling is not to go too deep, just do light, thin passes, which, again, I'm not the greatest at. However,
So you just keep taking little passes till you get as deep as you need.
yeah. And my hinges are up here. We can get an idea of how deep it needs to be. Yeah, a lot deeper than that.
Okay, so you'll just keep going at that.
I'll just keep picking away at this.
We'll come back when it's done.
Yep. All right, so here's the new door, and I just chiseled out, and I took a chunk right there, but oh well.
Paint will cover it.
Yeah, panel covers. Chiseled out the top hinge, so that just slides in there like that, and then we're gonna screw it in. Okay, so we ran into a bit of trouble. I tried to hang the door, and it was a little too wide, so I ended up planing off a bunch off this inside edge with the hinges. So now it fits fine. I've got my jig here for lining up the doorknob holes.
Okay. Our house was built in the 60s, so not everything is exactly same sized as what you'd get today, but thought the measurements were good.
Anyway,
Okay.
there it is.
So what's this?
This is it lines up your doorknob hole and your latch hole, and it even has a little lineup thing there for the latch that it goes into.
Okay.
Pretty cool. So
Okay.
let's hope this goes well.
Here, let me get on the inside here so we can see it. Oh, that is cool. And you just got this at Home Depot?
Yep, $40.
All right.
Yeah, it worked fine. Doorknob hole is there. So the jig worked well for that. Now we'll put on the smaller. Now we're going to drill the hole for the latch. So we got a spade bit. That came with this kit, and a little guide. It's supposed to guide it straight through the hole. So we'll see, hopefully. Why do I feel like that's not the right way? That's the only way, though. Oh, geez, that's hot. See, this keeps spinning out. What is that hitting up against?
Yikes. But,
Here's the holes. Hopefully they fit well.
oh, yeah.
That looks relatively centered.
Yeah, they look great.
And the other one looks good. So, made a mess.
That looked like it worked quite well.
Yeah. So let's see if the hardware fits. Oh, you know what? I have to chisel out a square for this too.
All right, so we'll come back after that's done.
Okay, so we got her done. So the last thing I had to do after I put the doorknob and latch and stuff on, which actually worked really well, was to line this up. So I ended up taking this plate off and had to file a bit on this side for the door to latch. But, as you can see, it works fine.
Yeah,
So
and it looks great.
it was a little finicky because the holes for these and the
Hinges.
hinges were all already there, so I had to kind of make them retrofit it and make the door fit all that.
Yeah.
But it didn't turn out too bad. It took me a little longer than I thought, but I guess I'll be on to my daughter's door tomorrow.
And we are going to paint the doors too.
Yeah, they're gonna be painted.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's it. Thanks for joining me, and hopefully you I don't know, you learned something maybe.
See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.